Test 1 2 1 2 1 2. You are listening to Keeping It Rosey. I'm your host Frank Rose. Alongside
your man's them, Xavier Blk,
Oh,
Negro, Moreno, Darky.
This is so problematic.
There's a lot going on.
No, you're good. You're on brand. That's how we do it.
Are you right? On brand, right.
I mean, we're
Problematic with Frankie Rose.
You're listening to Keeping It Rosy with Frank Rose and friends.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is your boy, your favorite problematic babe, Mr. Frank Rose, all the way live from Jamaica. Technically Portland, right? Portland, Jamaica. I'm here, random trip with none other than the homie, the brother from another mother, Mr. Work Crew himself, Xavier Blk.
Yeah. What up, player?
What up, man?
My guy, man. It's so good to be out here with you.
Bro, thank you for inviting me.
Always, man. You know, I hit you, I know I hit you, but maybe 13 and a half days ago. I was like, hey, brother, so, trip, this day, are you down?
Facts.
And I was like, I know it's a lot to throw at you once, but you made it happen.
Dude, I'm so glad I did. We'll
You
definitely kind of touch
right.
on that. For y'all who don't know, Xavier and I, good homies. Xavier is an amazing DJ, music friend, but outside of music and, you know, outside of all that, we're like real homies, real brothers.
Yes. We know each other in real life.
In real life.
Not just IG friends.
Preach on it. It is Sunday over here. We woke up with some Sunday morning, a little gospel. We had breakfast. We're staying at this beautiful villa. I don't even know how to begin to describe the view, but if you follow me on IG, you know, I am Frank Rose. You can see my stories and pictures. It's a vibe out here, guys. We're hanging out. We got other creative people in here, and all of us in our own way, I feel like have been in a little rut. You know, you guys know what I'm going through. Y'all heard the last pod. Updating y'all how I'm doing. I'm here. I'm alive. I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm glad I'm out here because when he hit me up about, what was it, like 13 days ago, like, hey, I got this opportunity. You want to come? You can come right through. You can pick that up. It's all good. We do this live and raw.
Right.
We can edit later. Shout outs to Ed Sue, who will be recording this, or not recording, but editing this later. I love you, homie. So of course, usually we have like Hugo, Marcella, but I came out here dolo. I want to do more of these. I want to do some of these like random locations,
Right,
with a random homie,
Pondy Road,
and talk life, you know? So shout out to Ed Sue, shout outs to Marcella, Hugo, Deconstructed Drinks, cocktailpantrysearch.com, IamFrankRose.com,
Get 'em out,
Rosey.com. Shout outs to Work Crew. What's the website for Work Crew? Is it workcrew.com?
pretty much. Yeah.
Workcrew.com.
There you go,
dude.
Yeah, we are pretty much, it's actually spelled out. We, the letter R, crew.
Oh, so there was a little play behind that.
That was, I mean, yeah. Technically, I didn't intentionally do that, but then after I was like, oh, it works.
You're such an artist.
There you go. Right.
So Xavier, we've known each other since, I don't know, like 21 or maybe even younger. I was rapping.
Wow.
I was doing my MC thing. Our boy Pedro invited me out to come down to Fort Myers to do a gig.
Where?
At a skating ring.
Man.
And you were the DJ.
Wow.
Why was I rapping in a skating ring? I did it for the kids, man.
Yeah, we did.
A lot of youth groups.
Yes.
Then we, you know, at the time you were DJing for KJ.
Skating rinks are fun, man.
Yeah.
I actually love any time as a DJ I get to be in a setting that allows me to just play up-tempo jams.
Yes.
Things to get your body moving.
Hell yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm always about it. Like, I don't even know what the BPM would be, or that metronome between that skating ring vibe where you're sliding to the left and sliding to the right.
Yeah.
You got
it's a
your
good,
shoulders,
even like, you know, so roller skating gyms, you can get in a pocket of like what you're talking about. The 2-step is typically like that 100 tempo.
Yeah.
100, 105. That's really good. Just, you know, I know signs might seem strange.
Yeah.
You know, some Music Soul Child, or, you know, you hit some of the classics like the Gap Band in there, and then, or some disco cuts. But then, you know, for skating jams, and you can raise it up too. You got the like 120, 130 range.
That's what I love. I love that 120.
Right. That bounce.
See, I'm trying, like, on the side, I finally got some turntables. But I am nothing. I am brand new. This is a brand new hobby. I mean, I love music. I'm Spotify DJ, you know, professional Spotify DJ.
Oh, yeah. See, me knowing you, man, you're going to be just fine. Because I was explaining this the other day, talking out here. Like, there's a lot of things you can teach and train somebody on, whether it's technical or informational education. But you can't teach taste. You just can't. Like, it's just something that you just naturally have, or that you experience over time, you know, but you have to have those personal experience. I just can't take my inspirations and my upbringing and just implant it on somebody in a training session and say, now you know what dope shit is.
You can teach the technical.
Right. It just don't work like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Dang, that makes sense.
Yep. But you got that. So you're going to be just a fantastic, amazing DJ.
I feel like I'm in a DJ internship out here. Dude, let's talk about it last night. Or shoot, should we just start from the beginning? Day one?
Where are we going to go?
Damn, this is how we do it. For those who are listening the first time, you know, keeping it rosy, it means, you know, finding the positive, funny things in everyday life. Very observational, and life is shitty enough. Like this past year, you know, I mean, it's been rough. I mean, you were in the middle going to Europe, or you were in Europe.
Yeah.
About to pop off on tour, and then boom.
Yeah, honestly, it's crazy. It's really almost about a year to date right now. To where me and my partner Hourglass, she wound up getting booked in the Swiss Alps and the mountain ski resort.
Wow.
And I said, you know what? I'll tag along with you. You know what I mean? Roll, give you some support, whatever you need, you know. I'll be the angry manager asking why her rider requirements weren't met. But
nice.
But you know, us being us, we turned that one gig opportunity into almost a month of just dope performance opportunities, interviews, meetings. You know, we're so inspired by just, you know, European culture out there, dance music that's present in all the different countries. They each have their own unique, you know, music presence, you know, that we're inspired by, especially in London too, man. Like there's just such a mashup of different inspirations I have from so many Jamaicans out there. So the dancehall reggae scene is crazy. The Africans out there heavy, a lot of Ghanaians, Nigerians.
I didn't realize that.
So just this dope Afro-Caribbean, and then you add on like the UK bashment out there, and then the grime, and then the garage, and then, you know, you just keep going on, and it's just so, but yeah, either way, we were, as you can see, I was very hyped to be back there. And about one day into it, everything started. We saw all of our American friends back home giving us these like red alerts, like emojis were being sent, like "come back now," like abort, right? And we're over here looking, because at that time, you know, maybe just because we were in motion, so we really weren't. You know, I'm not the type anyway to be really sucked in by the news, no matter what. So.
Back then, but now we're all like, yo, did you check the news yet?
Yeah.
How
you know,
Can we go to Jamaica?
Good old America has a way of just enhancing and embellishing everything in their good old fear tactics. So, you know, we were hearing all those messages like, oh, well, it looks fine out here. We're good. Everything is operating like normal. What are y'all talking about? And then a day or two later, all of Europe got the wave, and it was just like complete mass just lockdown. So
but you almost didn't come back. Didn't you get trapped at one point?
So because it happened so shortly into our trip, we were just like, we're not going to pay for an Airbnb for another 2.5, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just for the shits of staying. We couldn't go nowhere, you know?
Oh,
so
man.
It became a little troublesome trying to figure out the routing to get back home when everybody was trying to get back to their, destinations. So it was a complete mess. So, just hours trying to get an actual agent on the line to reroute. And then, but yeah, we finally figured it out. It was the longest travel day of my life that I never want to do again.
Longer than what we did first day?
Yeah, by far. Right. No. To get back from during the initial madness, everybody spazzing out of COVID in early March. Yeah, I think I took every form of transportation. Like it was boat, train, bus, bike. Like we did a lot just to make it happen.
This is a whole movie.
Yeah. So, but no, we got back and I can't front. It was definitely pretty discouraging. It rocked me in Hourglass for a minute there. Just because, we work at home. Mm-hmm. And you have these aspirations to connect globally, especially when so much of what you do is rooted in kind of that world sound,
Yeah.
And you have these relationships you haven't quite met, in person yet and established that, one-on-one connection. So we were excited and hyped to do that, and really worked really hard to route some amazing things there. We had our wine party scheduled, at the Ace Hotel there. With a crew called Shaba. And so, yeah, it was definitely a blow. And then to come back and also see all of our movements at home now come to a screeching halt.
Yeah, because you guys had like monthlies events. You had Wine, The Groove, right?
Mm-hmm. We had another party, Smothered and Covered. We had
Smothered and Covered.
A lot of one-off concerts we do, booking talent. We have a lot of client work, managing just different activations and projects, tour management. And so just one by one, it was just nope, done, postpone, cancel. And it was a lot. So it was heavy. I've tried to create a life where I'm in complete ownership of my destination and I wake up every day and I have full control over my schedule, where I want to be, when I want to be there. And I've kind of intentionally designed it that way, and to find a community of like-minded people and a
that's important,
and a strong group that can live life and this career with together. So to then realize like, holy shit, I have zero control over any of this. So if it taught us anything is that
you ain't the master here. Like you ain't got the answers. Real quick, what are we drinking here? What is this?
Okay, so this is...
You guys been warning me this whole weekend, and I've been drinking it all weekend. Like, guys, what's up?
We got our... It's still... Oh, it's not early, but, it's still in the earlier portion of the day.
I mean, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
My brother, Frankie, comes out here with a bottle of Ray and Neff.
Yeah.
Which, if you're familiar, I try to explain for those that aren't, the rum version of Everclear. Something very easily, just a little splash will ignite a whole forest fire
for the second half.
But I think we're kind of running low on product in the house. Our liquor libation supply is a little dry now after day 3.
We might have to do a run.
And, so I just told him pour lightly, and he didn't listen. So we're gonna see where this goes.
Well, cheers, man.
Yes, salute, brother.
Jamaica and good conversations.
Feel great.
Well, that's awesome.
Yes.
So, speaking of keeping it rosy, how did you turn your mental around? Because going through all that, I mean, you're at the top. You've been grinding, working.
Right,
you move from Florida. You go to Atlanta. You start from the bottom there. You get an opportunity to do a tour, basically, in Europe. Everything shuts down.
Yeah.
How are you still standing?
Right. Yeah.
How are you not super depressed?
So last year was my decade mark in Atlanta too. 10 years that I've been there.
10 years has it been?
Yeah, bro.
Dang.
From going at the intention of, I grew up in New York.
That's right.
I never lived in New York as an adult. So I said, you know what would be a good transitional city? Kick it there for a couple years.
True.
And picked Atlanta to this day, can't tell you why. It just felt right. It's not like I had a community there already, or a homie or
That's
brother.
right. You didn't
or cousin.
know anyone, right?
I knew a few people, but they lived on the outskirts, like 45 minutes, hour away, or the ones that I did know traveled all the time. So nobody, but definitely no one in my industry.
I was going to ask that. So, was there anybody in your industry that
it was straight starting from scratch?
Damn.
And
that's dope.
That one transitional year turned into 10.
Wow.
Yep.
No regrets.
Yeah. So, but yeah, to turn around, it was, I really had to find a place of isolation and kind of remove myself from what I consider the noise, you know, and Atlanta right now to me just, or not now, but it did at that point represented the noise, which was always constant motion and activity and things going on, places to be, and tasks to do. So
and you like that. You like staying busy.
Right. And but yeah, so I just honestly I ducked out away to where my family's at. They you know, where we met initially, Fort Myers, Florida, shout out. And
shout
yeah, you know,
Myers.
they live a couple minutes away from a few beautiful beaches.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I just had to really go there and unplug and turn off the phone. Utilize that beautiful airplane do not disturb. And yeah, man, just be one with myself and just really kind of, you know, take the time to breathe normally for once. And yeah, it's really a lot of self-discovery and identity, and through that I found a lot of peace for sure. Just not having any outside influences, and you know, not having 100 gigs to run to. It felt good.
It allowed us to take a breather, a break, like the whole world, you know. And we were discussing about this before, how all of us in our industry were probably so busy running events, running something, doing the next, moving on to the next. Like, when do you get a moment to realize, like, yo, is this what I want to do?
Right.
Or is this how I want to do it?
Right.
I mean, that's the other question. Because, like, we're just like, oh, we'll come back to it. We'll fix it later, but we need to do something now. You know, all the events come in.
Right.
But when everything shut down, like I know for like runway events, like we were able to like restructure, build, train, establish, you know, leadership roles, and you know, just kind of like this, like I guess would it be hierarchy or you know, like chain of commands, you know, and we couldn't do that before because we were so busy. To the next event, to the next event, to the next event. And then like if you look it back, you're like, yo, we kind of like half-assed some of those things. Like we got lucky a couple of these events, you know, like we call that guy, he came in clutch last minute. Like,
yeah, man.
Oh, man. But like, I definitely like, I always say that it helps to change the scenery. When I change the scenery, I get re-inspired, reignited, you know, like you had to change the scenery from Atlanta, come down to the beach, chill by the beach and just like, do not disturb.
Yeah. I've been a big advocate for myself and to all my friends of like, yo, disappear. Like, and I feel like we all kind of heard the word quarantine and didn't realize, like, especially early on, like, you know, you can still leave your house. Like, there are parks, extremely safe ways to go elsewhere and unplug. If you just feel like, especially when you're seeing the same four walls day after day after day after day.
So bad.
It's like, yo, go for us in Atlanta. We're 45-minute drive from the North Georgia mountains, which are beautiful and stunning up there.
I haven't done that. Next time we gotta go.
You go there, you get not only a change of weather, but a change of sights, sounds, and you know, 5-hour road trip to NOLA, New Orleans, such a beautiful, like, you got to do that. Love NOLA. You know, so I, you know, once I, you know, dragged myself off from my depressive state, I was just like, I've pretty much been in motion ever since. Of like, okay, what's the next destination?
Do you know? Feel that we're, as people, just as people, that we will be stronger now after 2020?
I hope so, because you know, the human nature in all of us, it's just like, oh, well, that was a great learning experience. And
I'm
then,
afraid that we'll go back.
We turn back and it's
2022, we're back to our bullshit from like 2019 and 18 and not learning from our mistakes or not learning the lessons. And I don't want to be that guy.
I personally feel like there's going to be a large group of people that this definitely birthed a lot of new mentality.
There's a lot of new companies, a lot of new businesses, a lot of friends of ours
that, a time of,
that now are like not talking about it, but actually doing it. You know, not to bring it back and make it sad, but this is my group therapy. So like Becca, I mean, This chick, she would just, if she had an idea, she went with it. She ran with it. She'll go for it. And that whole mentality that tomorrow is not promised.
Right.
Last night we were toasting and I said to live in our life like it's the last, and like half of the group was like record scratch for whoa, that's kind of dark, man. Yeah. But like you said, you were like,
I understood why that was said from you.
Exactly.
Right.
You understood because you know me
totally,
personally,
right.
You know where I'm at, that I'm looking at life like, yo, we can't live like, tomorrow. And so when you hit me up and you first told me about like, yo, we got this opportunity, let's go to Jamaica. You know what I mean? It'll probably help you out, blah, blah, blah. And I sat there and I thought about it. And honestly, my first reaction was like, Nobby.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
My wife just passed.
Yeah.
We've been to Jamaica twice now. She loves the Caribbean. Yeah. I'm like, I'm just going to go over there and be triggered and crying the whole time. I'm not going to be fun. But at the same time, there's the mentality of like, yo, tomorrow's not promised. Right. It's not every day that you're like, okay, you can catch the next flight to Jamaica with me. Right. Like, you're not coming out to Jamaica like every weekend. Right. And I'm glad I did. Not only you guys, but meeting like our mates, our roommates here at this villa. Shout outs to Comedy Hype, right?
Yes.
Yo, Leah and Hannah, like these girls have been like just dropping little gems, your boy Chris.
Yeah, man, that's the fam too, man. That's my road dog right there, man. We pull up to everywhere and anywhere, man. So this was a good moment for everybody. Yeah, I'm glad you're able to do that.
And shout outs to Holy Sip.
There you go. You know what I mean? Facilitating the entire thing, Right,
the
man.
entire team.
Yep. Yeah, man. No, I'm glad that you were able to do that. Asking you for sure. I was just like, I know, like, you can almost feel guilty. Like, should I be in the place of,
should I have fun right now?
Right. Is it an enjoyable experience? Am I deserving of that? But you made the right call, bro, for real.
Bro, I'm glad I did. Yeah. I mean, even just in little conversations, like little nuggets, like my new motto, the work crew motto. There's no problems.
There you go.
Only solutions.
Always, right?
Shoot.
That's it. I abide by that.
Dude, so when did you start thinking like that? When did that become the motto? What struck it? Like, what forced you to go, yo, right, there's no problems, only solutions? Man. Was that always like when you were a kid, or?
I mean, yeah, it's probably a little one of my Virgo tendencies where we just get busy and we're just like, yo, we get to the, we figure it out. But definitely as I started getting my gears going in Atlanta, a little shorter, a little after my moving to the city and starting something from nothing and realizing like, yo, we are DIY independent to the core.
Yes.
Like, I know a lot of people like to claim independent in the music industry, but they really got somebody bankrolling them, or they got their famous,
let's keep it real.
Famous cousin co-signing them or something. But, when you're legit making moves and utilizing, like, stretching resources, being creative, you start to realize like, yo, like, we can come across anything. It's fine. It's all good. Like, and I have to take that attitude into a lot of my work, So at Work Crew, we manage a lot of projects and campaigns for clients.
Okay.
And everything from doing road tour management to activations. And
do you run you help them with like branding?
Yeah, branding, marketing, consulting. We've had clients such like BET, HBO, Spotify, where they'll call us and say, look, we have a project we're trying to do in Atlanta or somewhere, and we need you to make it happen, Damn. So, and when you do those types of levels of operations, and especially when it's some of the bigger, arena size spaces, something's going to happen. Some shit's going to hit the fan eventually. Yeah. So that's why I have to abide by that motto I told you, man. Like, as long as you do that, you cool, you even killed. And as long as my staff and the crew knows that too, we ain't stressing each other out on day of show. Like, I always like that pure energy. If you go into it the day of and keep it that way, like, and if you're going to come up to me, I know you're going to tell me that the problem was already resolved. I don't need to hear it. So
I might have to steal that and bring that to Runway.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna call Heather and be like, yo, we need to put this on the wall.
There, right.
On the wall. Yeah, bro. And then I'll put a little quote, Xavier Blk. Oh man, dude. When I was thinking about that quote, "There's no problems, there's only solutions," I was thinking about how I was trying to learn how to roll. I'm gonna be honest. This is how I do it.
Oh, yes.
I keep it real. I keep it transparent over here.
Tell us your rolling story, man.
Your boy cannot roll a joint. But by the end of this weekend,
Yeah.
I didn't roll just one. I rolled, was it 2 or 3?
Might be 3.
Might be 3.
And they gradually got
It
better.
might be 3.
All right.
2, straight up.
Yep. I can't
Like,
front, man. Them
from a
first two, you know, they were real pretty. I could tell you were a little nervous because it's a little tighter than it should be. But
I had to be firm, he was telling me.
right.
You know, I was being too delicate. You
I mean,
know?
now you can
Sounds
go
like my
back.
ex,
how
right?
many people can say their rolling experience and training came from a real true school Jamaican
Facts.
in Port Antonio in the hills?
Yes.
So now you got a story, man.
Dude, I got a story. I got a story of me trying to roll, trying to grind with just my fingers. You know, first world problems, man. Like, I'm so spoiled back home.
Yeah.
Grinders. We got cones.
Right.
We got all these things. Nah,
All
man.
the accessories.
All the accessories. I just go to the dispensary, show my medical card. Boom. Shout out to Dr. B, you know, Tree Life Healing Center. Thank you guys.
Get you right, man. Health and wellness, you know?
Yes.
In many ways.
Yes, sir. Yo, I need to re-up a little bit of this
And please, brother,
overproof
you
rum.
better throw some of this Sorel or OJ in that, man, before you make.
Why?
Don't make bad choices, man. We still got to get through the day.
All right. Well, I'll ask one of our interns. Shout outs to Leah and Hannah right now, getting that BTS right now behind the scenes. You know,
They could jump on in
You
too
can
in here.
jump
If you, we
on.
got another chair.
we did shout
One of
out
y'all.
Comedy Hype. You know,
Come on through. Oh yeah.
Comedy Hype in Atlanta. You know, we fam here.
We're just pulling up guests, you know.
Special guests. Man, no, it's okay. It's okay.
Just a quick cameo appearance. There you go. We got somebody
Hey,
here.
we got someone right
Finally.
here.
What's going on, you guys?
Hey, get close to the mic. Let them know. Say what's your name. What your name is. Who you be.
My name's Leah. I'm from Atlanta. Glad to be
Nice.
here.
She's been hypnotizing the locals here with that infectious smile.
Yes, she has.
We
Our
had
driver.
Mandan pull up crispy clean today.
Yo, let's talk about that for a second. Let's talk about that.
How was your front driver experience, actually? That sounds like it'd be really nasty, but
Yeah,
you know what I
it
mean.
sounds
Wow.
worse
Right.
than
It
really
does sound worse. But can we talk about that drive though? Like
Let's
that was,
talk
that
about
was a
day
lot.
one. Come to Jamaica.
That was a lot
we're gonna
going
go
on.
on the West Coast. No biggie. We'll
Yeah.
land on the east and drive all the way. We'll get to
Doesn't
see
sound
sights.
bad, right?
Doesn't sound, only
Right.
3.5 hours.
Shout
It's
out
like
to
driving to
Nina
Miami
pitching
from
the whole
Orlando.
thing to us, like, oh yeah, you know it's on the coastline and just a straight shot. It's gonna be beautiful, and the shuttle is just
beautiful.
from one, point A to point B.
It'll be
You'll
beautiful,
wake
they
up and then you realize it was right.
Yo.
It's extended trip and random stops in the jungle to take pisses and a lot of extreme.
What was
like,
it? Hey, we need a pee.
Right.
Oh, you need a pee? No problem. Pulls over.
Right. Like immediately.
We go down a little hill and
Right.
go, how do you spell your name on this wall? Real quick?
Right.
Like,
Yeah, man. And yo, I thought the potholes in Atlanta were bad. Yeah.
Yo.
Right.
A little bumpy ride.
The motion in the ocean has a whole different meaning out here.
Yo, but then we're going through the mountains, right?
Yeah.
And we're winding, you know, speaking of wine, we're going left and right. And I'm in this fucking middle, like, seat where there's no support to my left, no support to my right.
Yeah.
And I'm holding on to dear life. And
Right.
everyone's like, you good, Frankie?
Well,
I'm
yeah,
like,
you
I'm
did
from
have-
Orlando. We ride roller coasters and theme parks, like, on a regular. But, we saw the sun go down on the way over here, man. Into the rainforest. Like, is this where we die?
That was. Hey, I can't front though. It was some beautiful sights.
There
For
was.
show.
There was. Driving through the city. You know, the little, you see all the food out and the people out and shit. Like, I was just like, we were smelling some really good jerk chicken on the way.
Leah, what's been your memorable experience so far?
I think my most memorable experience was dancing on the beach last night under a full moon.
When you said there was a
And-
specific song that you always wanted to dance in the sand to.
What? Oh, Sade.
Yes. I'm glad we
Yeah,
did that moment.
I had a moment.
Nice.
Yeah, everybody can't always, let go and be able to be that free.
Yeah.
So I'm really thankful for this experience. Shout out to Holy Sip. Shout
Yes.
out to Shannon and Hina
Mm-hmm.
for all that they did. Thank you for Xavier for DJing, because
Yeah.
definitely had the vibe.
Oh, that's why we came here.
Oh, I don't know. Something like that.
Right.
But yeah, I think that was my most memorable experience. On top of just not like knowing people, but not really knowing who you're going to see and like the energies and the vibes you'll catch.
Right.
Just hoping that it's gonna just turn out cool. But I mean, there's not been one person who was like, yo, their energy's just off, bro. Like, I can't even deal. Like, everybody's just super cool. Super thankful for her.
We were talking about that at breakfast. We were just like, yo, like, everyone's cool with each other here. I've been on group vacations where it's just like, I'll be cool with everybody, but like, my friends from different sides of the world may not gel or click, and then you feel like you're being this weird host, and then you're working on your vacation instead of just enjoying the vacation. You know what I mean? But this has been like godsend. Like, this is like the universe saying like, yo, Frank, I know you're fucking depressed right now, but I'm going to tell Xavier to call you, and you're going to go to Jamaica, and you're going to meet all these people, and your life is going to change, and you're going to find out there's no problems. There's only solutions.
Yes. That's the key. Only solutions.
Only solutions. Only solutions. We just troubleshoot life.
Yeah.
Yo, is that the name of the episode? Troubleshoot life?
That sounds
And when
good.
it's off, you reboot.
Hey!
You just reboot.
Right.
And that's what we're doing here in Jamaica. Is we're rebooting
Yes.
in this beautiful space, you know?
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to talk a little bit about journaling and like,
Ooh.
cause I'm not the only one who's been journaling out here, right? Like, we've all been, some of us have been, waking up a little bit earlier.
Yes.
I've been getting up really early.
Yeah.
Well, it's not really early. Here, the sun is.
It's early based on the time we go to sleep. But I feel like right.
What time did we go to sleep last night? Like 4 a.m.
Right. I think it's just like your body just internally aligning with the environment that we're in, and it's like, get your ass up, and experience this. So yeah, we've been popping up early, and everybody finding their own spaces on the property here, which is fucking gorgeous.
I can't wait to go to that trail. I definitely want to go and explore into the rainforest,
Right.
Yeah.
with my cheetah looking shirt so I can blend in like a wild animal.
What do you feel like you've what's the biggest thing you've realized with journaling?
So, hey, and if we cry, we cry.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. I can't talk to my late wife in person right now. So one of the things I've noticed is like, I'll journal like, sometimes it's poetry, sometimes it's rhymes, sometimes it's songs ideas, but other times it's just like, dear Becca, good morning, Becca. Today was good morning, Becca. You would love this.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this view. I don't even know how to describe it. Blah, blah, blah. And then it turns into, I'm sorry for all this shit. Like, I'm sorry this, I'm sorry that. Just things I need to get out. I need to get out, and little things, I'm sorry for, copping an attitude when you asked me to pass the butter or some shit like that, like, I'm sorry that like I had an attitude because we had to go back to Michigan in the cold to visit grandma. But now it's just like, I'm sorry we don't get to do that now, And then even questions, even though I'm not getting answers, like, yo, what's heaven like? That was right. That was like, yo, I hope, because she loves live music.
Yeah.
She loves concerts and stuff. It's like, yo, what are the concerts like?
I bet they're lit.
I bet it's lit.
Everybody who's up there now,
Right.
It's like,
Right?
Yeah.
Yo, tell the left eye, I said, what's up?
Right.
There you go.
Tell
Doing a
Leah, say,
concert.
hey.
We're doing concerts right now. What's up?
And that's been therapeutic, and that's been healing. There's been growth in that, and I want to keep doing that. I'm excited. I'm like, I need to tell everybody, like, yo, get your pen and pad. Like,
Leah, is it something that you've always done, or you've kind of like more so just tapped into that recently?
Yeah, I've always journaled and I got away from it. I think like as you become just busy in the space that we work, we all do live events. It's like you just forget about yourself sometimes, and you're like, yo, this was a trash day, but like, whatever, going to sleep.
yeah.
And it's like, I had to make a conscious effort to like, yo, stop, write some stuff down. You never know what comes out, which is what I love about it. Things that you don't even really know are bothering you.
Yeah.
So, I picked it up recently, honestly, within the past 3 months. Like, it's been a while.
Yeah.
I would journal over the like in 2020, like during everything, but it's like, then I would stop. And then it's like, damn, I didn't journal for like 3 months. So I'd go back, or it'd be like 2 weeks. But now I'm like, nah, like some point today, write something.
I like that.
It's journaling is almost like that. Those friends that you haven't, like those very few that you have all through life, but no matter how much time goes in between, I'm gonna pick this up again and just, we don't even have to start where we left off. We just, we begin where it's fresh right here.
Me.
Right.
You know me.
Yeah, exactly.
Get
You know the
your favorite
intentions,
pen.
you know my heart.
Yep.
So it's been a minute, but I'm still here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy because my overthinking Virgo ass, it's always like I sit down in anything that I do, and I'm trying to break it down logistically, and how does point A get to point B, and how do the results come from all this? And I realize with journaling, it's not that serious.
It's not that serious.
Legit, like
There's that freedom in that.
The healing is in the action. That's it. Of just like, sometimes you might not get a revelation at that time. Sometimes you might not, something doesn't hit you in the moment where the pen is just flowing, freestyling, and you're talking to yourself and giving yourself, it might not be all that. Yeah. Sometimes it's just a simple act of just letting it out. You walk away just feeling like, okay, I'm relieved today. Yeah. I got that off my chest,
In a safe way, in a safe place. Yeah. I got it off my chest, not like in a bar fight.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Not like popping off on my little brother just because I don't know, channeling my anger, my frustration. It's like, yo, what's really bothering you? You know what I mean? Like,
right. And it's not that person.
And I don't like to be that person.
Of the time, it's like not even them.
Always not. Right.
Well, even being out here, like as much as I love being with all you guys, that's why I purposely get up a little bit earlier, purposely have my own quiet time, reset, meditate and stuff. Cause I ain't trying to bring my baggage and my shit on you guys, even though no one's perfect, but taking the time out. And what I've been hearing a lot even before this trip, and now I'm really inspired. I'm like, I got to do it. Getting up earlier. Like getting up earlier before the smoke alarms go off in the background. Right. You know what I mean?
Yo, shout out to the amazing staff there.
Amazing staff.
Amazing.
Goddamn pancakes.
The pancakes. Yo, can we just talk about the pancakes just for real quick?
I literally.
You're gonna think we're super basic in Jamaica talking about pancakes, but y'all don't know, yo.
Don't talk unless you've had it.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, yo, can I get that recipe or not?
Did he give it to you?
He sure did.
He did?
I'm happy to share it.
Yo, a lot of the staff here, people out here, they really like talking to you.
How I did it. Not just me. It's everybody.
No, I think they put on ties and, say, oh, I'm here to pick you up.
And here goes my, are you going to church today?
Yeah, I heard you. She said that. All right. So, okay, for the people who don't know, So, we have an amazing driver. Is it Terrell? Yeah, Terrell is awesome. He's been amazing. He took us, from Montego Bay all the way here to Portland, and, he allowed us to use the restroom in the middle of the streets. And, that's love, man. Like, who else pulls over and says, yo, right there, you can pee, man. I got you. Here's some baby wipes. Because the girls, right? So it was, one of y'all said was like, I got to use the restroom too.
He politely passed back the baby wipes.
Yep.
Right.
Welcome to Jamaica.
Get it how you can.
Yo, but this morning he showed up and I guess there was a little miscommunication. He's like, are you guys ready for, was it whitewater rafting or something? Some kind of excursion like he was going to take us. And we're all eating breakfast. I'm having these amazing pancakes and just like, hey guys, you guys want to go on a trail and maybe lay by the pool today, And this,
take it easy.
He shows up.
Meanwhile, Terrell had our whole day planned for us. He didn't even know, like, what, bruh? What are you doing? No, this isn't. But again, my understanding now, I think, is all a cover up. It was just his way to kind of finesse his way in there.
He wanted to show Leah his
give somebody a little wink, wink. Hey, I'm here.
He cleaned up nice though.
He cleans up nice.
Although, I wanted to like line him up a little bit, but that's okay. I was like, yo, I got some clippers, bro. Let me.
I saw that on Instagram. I was like, oh, look at them. The barbershop on the side.
Right.
But no, I texted him. I apologize because I just was like enjoying my pancakes and not paying attention that you called to be like, hey, I'm on the way. I was like, oh, you did. My bad. Oops. Call.
Oh man!
But shout out to Siobhan and Chris for going.
Yes,
that could have been really
bad. Siobhan and Chris were like, "All right, we'll go," but they're also like staying here like longer
for
than
another
us.
Week.
Yeah, so they're just like, let's just add this to our trip.
everybody was trying to forcefully like look at each other like, does anybody want to go?
I know. You want to feel bad. But like we talked about it earlier, like when you have lives where it's like constant events, if you work in hospitality, if you're a server, if you're a DJ, you know what I mean? You're constantly going.
And it's always about somebody else.
Somebody else.
Yeah.
This trip, or usually when we go on vacation, is about me. And what I need is to recharge. I need to plug myself into the socket and stop living my life on 20%. You know, it'd be nice to get to 90% at least once. You know?
That's so real.
Oh, man. And this is definitely a giant charger.
This is everything I could have ever imagined it would be. It's just, I just wish we had more time.
I know. We always say that every vacation, you know, you're like, if we only had more time.
But this time I really don't feel like I would get tired of y'all. Like, it really would be like, everybody's just doing their own. That's what we're talking about outside too. Hina and I just, you rarely go on a trip where, again, as we said, it's everybody's cool, but it's never like we have to do this. Let's go do this. Like, it's just everybody's
you could just get
chilling.
that one personality on the trip
that
is just right. It's like, Jan, right? But nah,
there's usually one, you know.
Yeah.
You pick them good, Hina.
Yes, you did.
Snaps.
Yeah, man. I mean, okay, here's the lesson. When you go on vacation with groups of friends, be very selective.
Yes.
Be very selective. Just like you're getting all the ingredients together to make amazing pancakes, you got to make sure that you have all the right ingredients. And speaking of ingredients, it is nice to eat food without all the extra preservatives.
Oh my God, you just feel so different.
Everything's so fresh. So fresh. Even this rum.
Which I'm about to like join you guys. I'm like,
let me make the mixture for you.
Oh,
the
say
mixture.
less.
Oh yeah, no, you got it.
You guys and your mixtures.
But this is how it is. Never go with friends who can't tell you when to
when to pull back, when to be like,
yo.
I mean, I told X, I said in the beginning of the trip, was like, hey X, if I get like too far, because you know the guys who listen, y'all know what's up. I'm problematic. You know what I mean? I love that problematic humor. I tend to take it far. I mean, too soon. You know all the, you know it. But also, you know, when you meet someone for the first time, like, I'm not trying to shock them and scare them to death. First impressions are a thing, but not to make it a big thing. But, you know, I'm not trying to make people uncomfortable.
Look a bit warm, but
thank you. But what one thing that I'm a big believer of giving people their roses, no pun intended, while they can smell them. And we were
hold on. Should I bring it back? Should I bring it?
You're right. Oh wow, he was ready.
I'm in the right island for this.
Yes, actually, look at that. Appropriate.
No, yeah, we were having a conversation of how like you really came and just you have been such a beacon of light for everybody. Everybody's just having so much fun and laughing, and it's just you being your authentic self. And so you're never too much for people who understand you, you know, and who can take in like, wow, like this is a good person. Like I just want to be around them, you know. So
I always wonder because like I'm on the opposite end, so I don't know like what I'm looking like.
But you're a Libra, and you're like, is this too much?
Yeah, because I'm a Libra, and we've been talking about Libra gang. Shout out to all my Libras. Gang. Balance beam. You know what I mean? Weighing out everything.
All the time.
That's my new single. I wrote that in my journal. Yeah, man. Like, it feels good to get that feedback. Like, no, bro. Like, you're not being weird. Like, you're cool. Like, relax.
Cool.
Like, all right, cool. Yeah, man. And like, I think Xavier's smart enough to be like, I don't know if this is a trip for Frank, you know. But you called me. You were like, this is definitely the trip for Frank. Like.
Nah.
You know, like that boat ride that, you know, he knows over here trying to get me on. I'm like, here's the thing. I'll be honest. I confess all my shit on this. I'm not the strongest swimmer. I'm an island boy, a Florida boy who loves the beach, loves the ocean, but doesn't, I wouldn't say can't swim because there's no problems. There's only solutions. I just don't practice it. Hey, you like that?
Right.
I don't practice it as much, even though like I have a pool in my apartment, you know, building. I could go up there and swim, but you know, being subconscious, you know, like, oh my God, they're going to look at my form and they're going to judge me. And that's the thing. Why do we care so much about what other people think?
Right.
We're stopping ourselves every time we go, what would people think? What would people say? I know this is cliche and shit, but maybe someone's got to hear this. I got to hear this. I mean, I gotta hear it. Like, what you told me last night. Hey, man, I got these ideas. I was thinking about like going this lane with like musically and creative. And you're like, if that's what you want to do, just do it.
Do it.
Just do it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, we know now.
Yeah. And you could say you tried it.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's like, that was the motivator. That was the thing that pushed me over to go, oh, I'm going on this trip. I know there's COVID. I know there's a pandemic. Yeah. But they make us go through everything to get into this island.
They have my left lung at the airport. Like, we're okay. Like, I gotta pick it up on the way back.
Yeah, and on the way back, we pick it back up.
We pick it back up.
I mean, we're getting tested again just to leave and shit. And I'm like,
it's not a game.
Hey, but only solutions, right?
There you go.
Last night, Milk. Mm-hmm. Shout outs to Milk. And,
she's amazing.
And Sis.
Yeah.
Milk and Sis. I don't know if they're gonna hear this, but if they do,
they will hear it.
I love you guys.
We do too. Yes, so amazing.
Never met them before, and last night at the dinner party at Holy Sip, Milk and I had a moment.
Yeah,
we had a moment. She was pointing out to the beach. You know, it's the moonlight,
stunning.
like you said, stunning.
To that full moon.
Yes.
You know, Xavier is bringing the tunes. People were dancing, and I don't know how we came across the conversation about like sketch comedy. And how I was just like casually like, oh, I always thought that would be so much fun to do. And like, oh, that'd be cool. Like, but I'm 34. That's so far, you know. Right. And she's like, whoa, why? And then she started like preaching to me.
There you go.
And she pointed it out to the ocean, and past the ocean, she's like, you see every wave, some are big, some are small, and they're coming and they're going. And you can kind of see this path. But beyond that, there was like this cliff. You can't see what's around that. You can't see past that. Doesn't mean there's not something there for you. It doesn't mean that there's doesn't mean that your sketch comedy show or these dreams or these ideas that you have are not past there.
Yeah.
You're only going by what you can see in front of you. And I was just like, I don't know why. It's very, it was kind of logical. That makes sense. The earth is not flat or whatever. But I was just like, why is this striking a core into my soul? Yep. And she said something, and like, you know what? Let's be honest. It could be bullshit. Right. It could be a little like, damn, she's really good with her words, and she's charming, blah, blah, blah.
The rum was hitting, so things are just making more now.
She's like, I believe in you. You got talent. You go like. But she was like, I don't know you. And sometimes I know I freak people out, and I just feel like maybe this is God or whatever. But like, what you want to do, what you're talking, what you're describing, I see you doing it.
Yeah.
And she don't know me. She doesn't have to. She didn't have to say that.
She didn't.
Come to think about it, she did not have to say that. She didn't have to take the time out to be like, gas me up. She's married. You know what I mean? Like, was she trying to hit on me? No. Like, she was just like, yo, this is just a passion of mine. And if I have this knowledge, if I have this gift, it would be shameful of me not to pass it forward, not to pass it on. I mean, I can't wait for the day that I'm at the beach and somebody's like, I always thought about doing this. And I go, yo, you see that cliff over there?
Yes.
A wise person told me.
Oh, wow.
No, but it's absolutely, she speaks life into people.
Yeah.
Is that a thing? All right.
No, I mean, she just like the way, like she's just, some people can just really speak life into you. There's not a lot of people that have that. But she's definitely one of them. And not only that, I just think that too, that was a message that you were supposed to hear. Yeah. We're all here for different reasons, right? And we all have our different experiences on this trip. And I think that you were probably supposed to hear that.
Yeah.
Yesterday with her, you don't even realize, for example, more roses, more life, that, even at the dinner table, like everybody's like, what's Frank saying over there? Like, what they laughing at? You know what I'm saying? Like, we over there stuffing our faces. I feel like, wait, what they laughing at over there? But it's like, and I hear her like, cause I was sitting next to her, she's like, he's so funny. I was like, I know, and it's just,
God.
like, oh my, can't, oh my, right. Let me fan you off. Oh my God. But yeah, it's just, it's again, like sometimes we can't even see like our light.
Yeah.
So
Yo, I feel, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like there was a moment, just again, speaking to the fact of your gift, your natural gift, which is your fucking voice.
Yeah.
And how captivating it is, how you can change an environment. And I feel like there was this moment way back when we were first doing events together, and it might have been at the roller rink you mentioned earlier.
Yep.
And correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like there was this time where, did the power shut down one time and I saw you like control the crowd? And if it wasn't there, it was at some event. And like,
there's been a couple of
yeah,
events.
right. You know, but way back when we were still, you know, grinding it out in the early parts of our careers, it wasn't as glossy and glamorous, and we didn't have these extensive budgets for
writers.
No. We were thugging it out, stealing power from the neighbor, all that shit, pulling up antennas on the right, all that. Like,
Yes.
But yeah, man, like I saw moments like that way back then, and I was like, oh, that's it. Like, you don't need anything else.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation too with my partner Jeremy Avalon the other day.
Yeah, shouts to Jeremy.
Right. We were just having this great conversation of like, yo, what's next? What's going on? So I was letting him know, like, I'm looking to going back into school and kind of picking up on some things that I enjoy doing. Again, like you said earlier, I'm just kind of too busy to actually stop and just schedule something.
Yeah.
You know, do it. So I was letting him know. And then he was like, yeah, you know, I'm trying to figure out what that is for me. And he's very similar to you in the sense of, I looked at him and I was like, I just pointed at his, you know, his throat, his neck area. I was like, yo, it's right there. Like, you're looking beyond for something and it's right there, you know, and whatever that means, whether it's this podcast, whether it's your music, whether it's the poetry, whether it's hosting an event or a comedy sketch show, dude, you have it already in you. Like, that's fucking, like, I'm envious of stuff like that, you know? Because, like, that's just something that you're God-given natural ability, you know? Some people got to go to the gym. Some people got to learn a trade and really develop it. And, you know, you woke up and had it.
And I, dang, I'm all like blushing and shit.
Yes, man, take it.
Yes.
Look, I've done this thing because I realize, especially with the creative community, that we're our worst critics.
Yes.
And like, I know even for myself, like, I could be in a beautiful moment that I've helped curate, produce. It could be going flawless, and I'm not even taking a moment to just stop and just take it in. I'm already like, yo, what's the next move?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not thinking about the next move after it was done. I'm there with thousands of people like, what's next? So,
isn't that the challenge though?
Yeah.
To be present.
Right.
I was joking around yesterday where Leah was dancing. You got Hannah over here like with the camera, like, you know, Instagramming it. And then I just grabbed her and I was like, stop recording, dance, be in the present, you know, be in the moment. I mean, but at the same time, it's nice to go back and look at memories.
Definitely.
So it's a double edge. I used to be an advocate who was like, I hated that we're at a dinner table, we're at a party, and everybody's on their phone. Right. Everyone's on their phone. No one's here. No one's present. Right. You know, I'm a 90s kid. So I'm just like, back then we would just talk and hang out. We wouldn't be like texting each other. We would be like, yo, do you want to ride bikes? Let's go outside. Like, but at the same time, when memories or things happen and you lose someone, you want document.
Right, totally.
I don't know if it's because I'm on my old man shit, but I love documentaries. I love docuseries. Like, you learn from it. You look back and you reflect and you go, damn, like, that was beautiful. That was great. Although, like, at concerts, I try to, like, I put myself in a 50-50. You know, like when I came to Atlanta to see Joe K. Yeah, you know, and you got me backstage.
Like, you
Selection radio tour.
So you said, you came to see a show from the audience perspective. No, let me one up that, Frank.
Yeah, you did.
Right, and then you wound up on stage.
I wound up on stage.
See what I mean?
Bro,
see the fucking gift, bro. Like, right.
He's like, y'all went with who was it? Childish
Major.
And Childish Major. Yeah. Before, like, I didn't even know who he was.
Right.
He's like, hey man, when we go up there, we all get up there. Hey man, you cool? You come up. And I was like, okay, who is that?
Right.
He
looks at
cool.
me like, before you know it. Imagine coming to see somebody that you just admire and you're a fan of, and then before you know it, you get asked to be part of the hype man entourage crew. Like, that's your stories, and you want it, and you got footage though, right? Exactly.
I do got
you
footage.
Had to document it, right?
Circle it back,
right.
boom,
right.
and I have the document. and I try to like find that, like maybe it's the Libra thing, trying to find that balance. Like I'm going to press record, but I'm also not going to be trapped looking through the screen at the whole time.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I got it, cool.
Right.
And I'm looking around, I'm like, oh my gosh, like this is awesome. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to
There's been a really good balance of that on this
Yeah.
trip too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's all checks and balance, right? I guess.
Hey, look, we in these beautiful settings and sites here. Like, we got to stunt, yo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Y'all
It's
better,
a-
right, exactly. And
yeah.
y'all are looking phenomenal, by the way. Everybody's skin is glowing and glistening.
Everyone's
Right,
looking
all the way.
right.
But there's a difference too, like we were talking about. We had these same conversations outside, so it's so strange that like when you guys were like, "Hey," we're like, "Oh my god, we're just wow." But anyway, we were talking about there's a perfect balance of being in the moment but getting caught in the moment, where it's like right now we're in this stunning home. We really could be sitting around taking Instagram photos all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, but it's like then
That's
we're losing
exhausting.
the day. It's very exhausting. I'm like, I didn't really get a lot of photos of like myself in the pool and stuff. It's like, it's not that serious because
It's
I'm
not that
enjoying the pool, and it's like we're going on a vacation. It goes back to what you were saying, Frank, of like, I need to recharge. It's not here to spend
Yeah.
half my day.
I'm not
taking
getting
photos.
paid to promote this venue or
Even
this-
though we're open to
Right,
any type of
yes.
checks and or
yes, and if you would
Sponsorship.
like us,
Jamil Villa, y'all have been amazing. Rave
we're
reviews.
open to
Yes.
10 stars.
10 stars. It
so-
goes to 5, but we just added
If
5
you-
more
Five
on
more.
top
If
of
you
it.
Highly
want to
recommend.
find her, it's Leah at 1929. She can arrange the sponsorship package.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
We are more than happy to
Yo,
do a
like,
sponsor trip.
Yeah.
We were talking about I'm down to do this annually. You know what I mean?
Oh, say
I
no
was
more.
I was
Say
saying
no
bye.
more.
Like I was saying like maybe
Right,
twice.
right.
Or
Like,
twice a year. Or
I'm like,
quarterly,
I can't
quarterly.
quarterly.
I can't
Well, let
do
me see.
another
Let me
year.
check my bank account. You know what? Let me get this sketch show popping, and then I can afford to do it quarterly. But I mean, even having this, like, it wasn't forced. It wasn't purposely a creative
Yeah.
trip.
No.
But like, we're in this house, a bunch of different creatives and different avenues. And like I said earlier, I felt like, I don't know, I can't speak for everyone, but I feel like we were all maybe in some kind of rut. I mean, last year really shifted all our careers and all our industries. And so we're coming out here and like you said at X, being around like-minded people, there's that saying, like, if you want to get spiritual, iron sharpens iron. Right. You know what I mean? And like my boy Willie, shout out to Willie Colomb, he said,
Hey, yes.
what did he say? He's like, yo, I'm tired of being around people who are doing nothing. Like, no offense, if that's what you want to do with your life,
Right.
if you just like, I'm content, being the manager at this Wendy's, that's cool. Hey, no shame in that. But don't make that the final destination. Make that your transition. Like,
I've learned a lot this year, and it's hard to really, once you digest this concept, it's hard because it really feels like, damn, I really gotta be cutthroat and cut people off. Yeah. And it's like understanding that, I've really come to the understanding that low frequency energy is so fucking contagious, yo.
Yeah.
wow.
Like, whether intentional or not, you just you wake up with right attitude, right mindset, and then you just get yourself in a circumstance around certain people that are like, what I realize, especially with like just the extreme downturn, it's always been on a downturn in America, but like the extreme downturn we took. And I was like, I have a group of friends that I love dearly that are so captivated towards chaos and drama. Like, they're kind of addicted to it now.
That is a
And
thing.
and it's gotten in their head so much that I see it fucking up their psyche. And I'm just like, I can't do it. I love y'all, but I can't kick it with you, yo. Like, you can't, because then all the positive work that you're doing for yourself, that 5-10 minute interaction just fucked it up.
Absolutely.
And now you got to do another reset,
Another
So,
reset.
Yeah, man. So low frequency vibrations, man. And I know it sounds trendy and cliche because that's the topic at hand now, all popular online, but no, that shit is real.
It's real.
We've been doing that though. We've been
Yeah.
on that wave.
All the way.
And it takes a strong person.
It
like
brought us together.
It did.
Oh, a year ago.
A year
Leah.
ago, like,
A year-
almost, like,
almost to the right.
The date.
I'm gonna look actually, see if I
Yeah.
can find what
He's
day
gonna-
it was. It was like,
But that's how, I mean, X and I just off some like, yeah, what up? Like, just energy.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I think that I can talk to anybody mostly, but it's mostly the energy. I'll stay talking to you because I like who you are,
Yeah.
but off top, I'm like, nah, I'm out.
wow.
Mm-hmm.
So the first day of our trip, this trip was
The first day we met.
no, yeah. Wow. Look,
Same.
the BET 20s.
You know what that
February
is,
25th.
guys.
That's wild.
You know what that is?
Crazy.
Are you ready for this?
What?
Drop it on us, Frank.
That's Beyond the Cliff.
Whoo. There you go.
You guys met and you saw some waves.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
wow.
were looking at the
You better
ocean.
bring
Know
that
what Beyond the
full
Cliff.
circle.
Oh,
Right?
oh.
And then
That's
this right here,
spiritual right
this
Wow.
shit right here,
Right.
this right here, this
Right.
moment right here,
Right. Yeah.
it's Beyond the Cliff.
Right. Because even the
Wow.
conversation we had that day was talking about, okay, we'd love to connect further. Maybe there's some possibilities, but we didn't know what was beyond there.
Damn.
And now come together. We have
Yeah.
things. Right.
The same day, my Delisa as well. But
Yeah.
but Xavier and I really talked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
I remember my friend being like, "I hope I didn't make it weird. I asked him what his sign was." I was like, I mean, that is kind of strange. We don't know him like that. Like, it could have like freaked him out a little bit. But
in Orlando, it's common, back in the days, we're just like, oh, what sign are you? Oh, you're Libra. Oh, you're Virgo. Oh, okay, cool, yeah.
yeah, she kind of went a little deep down the rabbit hole. But I was like, having to grab her, like, okay, stop. Maybe you are making it weird for him. But
talking about having those positive energies and people that are aligning with you, Leah, for me, for sure, this year was definitely that extra push and helped steer me out of like dark place after like April, May. Like finding somebody you didn't even really like know me directly. We started to grow and understand each other, but just through a lot of phone calls because we couldn't see each other, because that's when everybody was just like super paranoia. Like, we're not supposed to like step out. Don't even go to your mailbox. Like, it ain't like we didn't know
mailbox?
anything. It was crazy.
No,
Like,
it
was think
was a
about
wild
it. It was
time.
intense.
It's
Like,
true. It's
yeah,
true.
like, can I throw
We're
my
wiping
trash
everything
out?
down.
Like,
We're getting
right.
groceries, but then we're wiping the grocery
Why
bag
am I
and then the cereal
Right.
box.
Right.
But I'm
and
eating
then taking
right.
a shower
Yeah.
immediately, like.
It was insane.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
So,
I've taken a lot of showers.
Our
out
whole
here.
building time came through phone calls or
Yeah.
Zooms, and it was in more of a professional space, but then turned into a friendship. And I really needed that at that moment.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you, girl.
I appreciate you.
And it wasn't no rush to get to business or work.
Yeah.
And now look, next week, I think technically it might be our first collaborative event next week.
Yeah.
I think so.
It's, yeah.
That's
Yeah, 'cause there's been
the
events
Coming to
where
America,
Coming to
right?
America.
There's been
Watch
events
party.
where you have hired me, or I've hired you in a certain capacity.
Right.
But this is the first one where it
Yeah.
just all came out.
Yeah.
From just letting see what was beyond the cliff. That was it right there.
Yeah. And
Guys.
trusting.
Yeah.
That's
I
what
mean,
we
I think
learned.
I should say it equally to you too.
We're doing the roses
I know,
everywhere,
we gotta do the
man.
roses everywhere.
Yo, I need some rose petals right now.
Right.
'Cause I
You
feel
did
like
that yesterday out of nowhere. I was like, did this
Yeah.
man just have some in his pocket?
Yeah.
They were doing a cha-cha line at the party,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden he's leading it, and then all of a sudden roses just come
you
out of the
serious?
sky, and I was like, what
Oh, you
the
missed that?
Yeah.
I'm
clearly-
Frank Rose.
I'm like, let me
You don't know
look
about
back
my rose petals?
Let me look back at my videos because
Oh yeah. If you saw any rose petals in the beach on
It
the
was
ground,
you.
usually like, all right, so downtown, if you find rose petals on the ground somewhere at a bar or whatever, I was there.
I love this.
So
I love that.
my friends know what's up. Guys, we learned a lot today. Usually we end the pod and say, what did we learn today? And I'm like, that's gonna start a whole other episode. But we learned that just because we can't see our dreams and our visions clearly because it's beyond the cliff doesn't mean it's not there. We learned that it's important to have the right people by your side, the right team. It's not. You don't have to kick people out of your lives, but you can just adjust as much time that you give them. I can't kick out my mom or dad, but I adjust the time. Then again, I miss my parents. I love them. I love being around them. But other people, you know how that is.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It takes some friends from Atlanta, some goofball from Florida, Orlando. I don't like saying Florida, I like saying Orlando. To come to Jamaica, to bond, to be those friends that, hey, I may not see you for a year. It could happen. It could be years. We never lived in the same city.
Yeah, never.
We never lived in the same city. We lived in the same state for half, maybe less than half of our friendship.
Yeah.
And that didn't stop, So shout outs to those friends that you have, the ones that are like, long distance, but when you hang out with them, you just pick up where you left off. Yeah. And that's a beautiful thing. So with that, remember to keep it rosy. I'm your boy, Frank Rose, and I'm out. Peace.
Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed, please subscribe. It helps us pay the bills. And remember, when life gives you lemons, always keep it rosy.